What's up, everybody? Welcome on back to Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. We are going to do level 3 today as we continue our playthrough through this game every Sunday right here on youtube.com/OnosaurusRex. So please scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already, and you can catch the entirety of this series one level at a time every Sunday, minus July 3rd, right here on the channel. So, yeah. I mean, July 3rd is still a question mark, but it's leaning, I hope, towards something else. But that's okay. We're going to jump on in here. We won our first major event. We went to Hazma? Yeah. We went to his tournament. We met L7 Gaming. They're terrible. And on our first try, don't watch the replays, we were able to win a new FOD2 tournament machine for our place, so it should help us get good, better, faster. Alright, so we will go here, and we are going to level 3, which is called Zone Control. We got Fight Shack. Hopefully the audio's...
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Punchy78 here with Fight Shack News. All the fighting that's fit to post. The tournament scene is heating up, with contenders eager to scoop up precious points they'll need to qualify for the main event.
Sponsors looking for new talent in FOD2, consolidating resources, earning qualification points. The road continues.
All eyes are on the local laundromat crew who destroyed veteran team L7 Gaming to secure first place at an underground tournament. Do they have what it takes to go all the way? Only time will tell. With a sponsor behind them and strong hype, they're on the right path, but need to focus their efforts if they want to get any further. For more on this developing story, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is really heating up.
It is the distant future, the year 2000, the year 20XX, and I'm getting really sick of adulting. Okay, I'm starting to get to know my new friends. We're bonding, we're sharing. It's all lovely and wonderful. But they've also saddled me with the role of coach, manager, cat wrangler, and general purpose problem solver for Future Forward. In short, I'm wearing a lot of hats right now, and sadly, one of those hats is real estate agent. But I don't have time to whine and complain. I'm committed to this, and there's work to be done. Which means putting together a team house. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. A team house is more than just a house for us. I need to build them a home. For instance, competition training, or for intensive competition training, sure, but also, you know, somewhere they all feel welcome. Somewhere perfect. Also, since we won a giant FOD2 machine in Hazma's tournament, we need, like, somewhere to put the thing. It's too big to fit in Ben and Matt's little arcade. I was up until 3 a.m. working with Iris to try to find a perfect location for our new headquarters. But, well, the search for a new home hasn't been going real well so far. Hopefully Iris found something while I was blissfully unconscious. Iris, tell me you have good news. I have good news!
Hooray!
I've successfully eliminated another 73 candidates from our starting pool. That's good? Have you found any viable candidates? None that will match every parameter you've given me, I'm afraid. The money Crimson Tiger has earmarked for monthly rent is considerable, don't get me wrong, but finding a large enough place in the city itself and nearby good clean fun, difficult, huh? This isn't a problem money can solve. The city's overcrowded and rent is sky high, so viable residential spaces are hard to come by. Well, crap. Future Forward is just getting used to the idea of dedicating themselves to FOD2, and asking them to uproot their lives without a perfect destination in mind. I figured it's easier to swallow the idea of upgrading from friends to roomies if I already had a really great locale lined up. It's a difficult proposition to be certain. I wish I could be more helpful. I'm an Iris. Our purpose is to be helpful.
Suboptimal situation.
Normally, I'd fetch a knowledge base from my Cloud Collective to learn how to do this, but my sisters haven't developed a real estate skill package yet. Alright, you could just download skills? Are you sure you don't know Kung Fu 2? Solid reference to everyone's favorite movie, Ballistic X vs. Sever. Not much use when you don't have a Not much use for that when you don't have a physical body, Ketchasaurus. But I could get a personal trainer module if you want help. If you want my help learning how to fight IRL. Let's focus on my gaming career before I become a meat space street fighter, please. Okay, perhaps you could consult your teammates, see if they know of any potential homes I'm not aware of. I may be a powerful search engine, but I don't have the human resources and social connections others have.
My sources say yes.
Remember, friendship means sharing and communicating openly. Although most human drama seems to revolve around pointlessly keeping secrets and betraying each other for flimsy reasons. I sigh heavily, leaning against my desk over the keys. I guess I better just approach them, even if I don't have a perfect candidate already lined up. It's better than keeping secrets from each other. This isn't junior high school. We're better than that. We should be better than that. Loxley should be better than that. I still don't know why he was sneaking around after Hamza's tournament. I need to ask him about that later. Right, I'm heading over to Good Clean Fun to try to convince them during this morning's team practice. You can do it. I believe in you. Hey, thanks. At least my digital fairy godmother believes in me. That's not nothing. That's a double negative. That's something. Just put that. Shutting down the computer of Theseus for now, I switch Iris back to my phone and head out to face the day. One long subway ride later, and I'm facing down Good Clean Fun, which has been their home for years. I emphasized the wrong words there. Which has been their home for years. I'd hoped to find a suitable location for the team house in or around Chinatown so we could keep using GCF, but that may not be an option. As I'm sorting out what approaches I can take, I peer around the nexus of soap suds and tokens in Greece, hoping everybody's already here and available to chat with. But the team keeps weirdly inconsistent hours. I spy with my little eyes Loxley by his crane game, and Zapper and Rhapsody chatting by the washing machines, but that's it. No Domino, no Jinx, no Grace. Could be they aren't here yet. Okay, who do I approach first? Okay, so we have 3 time. May as well catch up on game industry news. That's not helpful. Oh, so you can just kind of look at all of them. We'll start with Loxley. Loxley? He does need to talk to about us last night. I spot Loxley by his beloved crane game, although he's just sort of leaning against it, lost in thought. And from the nod he offers me long before I finished approaching, well, I think he knows what's coming.
Well met.
Good morning. More or less. Indeed. Okay, I'm gonna have to come out right and ask her. Am I gonna have to come out right? Whoa, blip, blip, blip. Let's try this again. Okay, am I gonna have to come right out and ask, or are you going to offer me some answers without being poked and prodded? You told me if I wanted to know what the hell happened at the end of Hosma's tournament that you'd tell me. Indeed I did. My recommendation is still that you try to put the incident out of your mind. It's nothing to concern yourself about, really. Loxley. An arcade game wormed its way into my brain and made me hallucinate. My hand is still sore from touching that joystick even. Lingering pain? That is worrying. Have you felt any headaches? Or perhaps missing time? Holes in your memory? See, you ask me questions like that, it only makes me want to ask more questions, not fewer. It's time you level with me. What is Polybius? Polybus? And why are you looking for it? With a sigh, he gives up and drops his voice to be a bit quieter, just in case anyone is eavesdropping. You're correct, of course. You deserve to know what you encountered.
Uncertainty abounds.
Are you certain you don't want to back away from this? Focus on your championship ambitions, on supporting your friends, and all that? Let me be the one who decides what facts I should and shouldn't know. You don't get to decide what facts I should and shouldn't know. I said I want the truth, no more, no less. I don't know what I touched back there, but it touched me back in a way I can't pass off as some weird fever dream. It happened, and I want to know why. So be it. If this is the path you feel you must walk, I'm not one to stand in your way.
What do you know of Polybius?
That it doesn't exist, supposedly. I did some research online immediately after getting home that night. It's a creepypasta, nothing more than a tall tale of arcade legend. Some kid had a seizure while playing Tempest, and the story blew up into this ridiculous tale of brain-controlling CIA arcade experiment.
A perfect cover, yes? Much like stories of UFOs planted to hide the true yet mundane purpose of Area 51, to test captured Soviet spy planes. I'm afraid Polybius is quite real. The myth was purposefully spread to hide the truth. As near as we can tell, the game uses a biofeedback joystick to connect to the player's mind, analyzing synapses, downloading data, creating a reasonable approximation of the player's personality and memories. A digital ghost stored within the machine. It lures in its prey using hypnotic patterns, likely remnants of some MK Ultra research, and...
I'm sorry, did I accidentally join the X-Files TM when I wasn't looking? MK Ultra? Seriously?
Seriously. You said you wanted to know the truth. This is the truth. It would be easier to doubt me and dismiss it all as a farce. And in fact, I wouldn't be adverse to you doing so.
Fine. Continue. Very well. Oh, okay. That was a... Alright. Polybius uses the biofeedback link to connect to the player's mind. Hang on, I've seen FOD2 players use biofeedback joysticks. Technology derived from Polybius, yes, but without the malicious core that drives Polybius. It's just an interface, harmless. Jinx uses one, for instance. It's easier on her wrists, but she's never lost her mind to an arcade game. Weird, and noted for future reference. Continue. Polybius is designed to grind into one's existing anxieties and fears, leveraging to break down your willpower. And once it's shattered all hope, wearing down your psyche, your mind belongs to the machine, and you no longer care to resist. Well, that's pleasant. I regret you had to be exposed to that sort of torment, no matter how brief. Beyond that, okay. Beyond that, I'm afraid there's little solid information I can offer, only urban legends and conspiracy theories. The company that made the game, Sinechlon? How do you pronounce that anyway? Honestly, no idea. Just use whatever you prefer. It matters not. The company went bankrupt in 1990X. They obviously made the game for some secret organization, but we know little beyond that. I've been searching for an intact Polybius machine for years. I've tried to sneak in to retrieve the one from Hosma's warehouse, but I was busy playing it, and by the time you got me out of there, someone else had it. That creepy woman in black.
Concerning that?
We're not the only ones seeking Polybius. We're not the only ones seeking it, needless to say. And that's where the true danger lies, in crossing paths with them. I can only hope they haven't noticed your involvement. But if I take risks for my friends, well, that's my business. But you, I don't want to bring you any harm. With that, he exhales a deep sigh as he finally gets this off his chest. And that's the truth of the matter.
I offer my sincere apologies.
Can you forgive me for holding back? 'Twas a noble attempt to shield you from such nightmares, but a failure. I'll admit to that and apologize deeply. Not sure how much of this I believe, honestly, but from his voice I can tell he believes every word of it, including his sincere apology. Can you at least promise not to get everybody in the team sent to prison? Look, whatever this mess you're in, can you at least avoid dragging it across our doorstep? I don't want to see Future Forward thrown in jail. Absolutely not. I mean, I will absolutely not endanger my friends. That I will absolutely not avoid, you know. What? That I absolutely will not avoid, you know. Okay. That's why I insisted you leave this be. I don't want to cause any of my friends harm, and I swear to do my best to avoid darkening our doorstep with any of my troubles. I wish to ride with you into battle for glory and honor onto the Pro Tour. That has not changed. Okay, at least I can trust in your dedication to the team. I have to accept that.
Excellent.
I'm glad we could... But you haven't really answered my question yet, have you? Pardon? I asked you, what is Polybius and why are you looking for it? You answered what, not why. But I have a pretty strong suspicion as to why you want Polybius so badly. Because Iris was made using Polybius, whatever, code, isn't it? It wasn't hard to deduce now that I know the facts. Back when I first met Grace, she talked about how she made Iris. We'd inherited a pile of half-finished projects and an ancient code from various dead companies. Funware, Dynamic Systems, Retrowave, Cynosalon. It was my idea to put all the pieces together into a single package, a virtual assistant with a winning personality. Meaning, Iris is part Polybius, the dangerous part. Isn't that right, Iris?
But I'm not like that evil program. Not at all. I just want to help people. I'm not going to, eat anyone's soul.
Who knows what's lurking in well, I trust Grace. Iris, relax. You're clearly a good person. Whatever Polybius was, that's not who you are now. In our time together, you've proven to have a kind heart. You're not all cold code and overheating circuits. Whatever Grace did to make you, it seems to have overridden any nastiness baked into Polybius. I'm not worried.
Exactly. We're doing our best to resist any latent issues left behind by Polybius. In fact, we're working to remove its code from our system.
Really? How?
Well, we haven't figured that part out yet, but we're dedicated to kindness and understanding and won't stop until we figure out how to get rid of it. Don't worry, I'll be the best friend a virtual assistant can be.
Meanwhile, Locksley watches me chat with my phone, realizing I'm clearly a bit more in the know than he realized.
I see. You're a clever one indeed.
You're the one who runs her new pirate servers, aren't you? Seeing as you and Iris both are hoping to find Polybius code.
Well, yes. My other friends, a group calling themselves the Ghost Monsters, are a network of underground hackers. We run the Iris Cloud servers. When Cooper Technologies abandoned Iris, Grace leaked the code. We honored prior debts to her allies and gave Iris new life. And now, it is my sworn duty to both protect Grace, the mother of Iris, and obtain an original Polybius machine.
Polybius. Okay, that explains why you're so fixated on Grace. Don't think I haven't noticed.
I will protect those that Iris holds dear, and I will find the source of the darkness in Iris's heart, so that Iris may use it to heal herself.
Curious, I glanced down at my phone screen. Iris, did you know about Locksley's true identity before now? Her digital form fidgets a bit. No, it seems that learning this just now unlocked some dormant memory files from a folder labeled Need to Know Basis. When I started working with you, I was a default Iris with default memories, a basic set which would suffice just about any client. His involvement and the search for Polybius, our desire to heal ourselves using that original code, that's not something most clients need to know about. But if it helps, I trust him, and I trust you. So you weren't lying to me. No, the memories were locked to keep me safe, me and you. Both of them look a bit ashamed about all of this. Even if their reasons may be justifiable, it's clearly not sat well with them. It seems that safety's gone right out the window, hasn't it? Assuming it was a good idea to begin with. Well, there you have it. The whole of my purpose. I wanted to protect you from this. I beg you, do not tell Grace. Do not involve her in our troubles. I will not let the love of my life in this game, I will not let her get in trouble. Why? Don't you think she deserves to know? We owe her that much. And risk tangling her up in this web of intrigue? No. She deserves a peaceful life without the travails I endure, as do you for that matter. Besides, if others seeking Polybius take too much notice of Grace, others like the woman in black, no, I would never forgive myself for failing Grace. I won't make demands of your silence, of course. I've not earned such right, but please consider my warning. You've given me plenty to think about, but you also said you're still loyal to us, that we're still your friends. And I swear by that. Whatever else I may be, I am a member of Future Forward. I am with you all to the end of the end. Well, so much for an easy life. Not only is there a murderous arcade game out there, but Locksley is part of an underground rebel movement supporting Iris, and now I'm stuck with the secret knowledge. But I'm the one who came to him. I'm the one who asked for the truth. If I wanted to stay comfortably in the dark, I wouldn't have done that, would I? Oh, so you could just... Okay, I guess that makes sense why you would, like, talk to two and then just, like, read your phone if you don't care about this or want to know. Sensing I've probably pushed his boundaries a bit much, I decide to table this for now. This is a lot to take in and no need to rake Locksley over the coals yet. Besides, I still need to ask you about the house. The what? I'm trying to arrange a team house so we can focus on our training. Would you be interested? Or do your creepy Polybius duties prevent that? I see.
A fine adventure.
You need but ask. It's a wondrous idea, and I'd absolutely be interested in moving to support Future Forward. Or are his motivations to help keep the team just to stay near Grace? Regardless, I'll listen to what he has to offer. Okay, any ideas where I can rent a team house? I'm afraid my tracking talents are limited to legendary lost arcade games. Real estate is beyond my purview. Drat. Okay, well, I'll keep you updated.
Have my thanks.
Don't thank me yet. I haven't found anything. Is that all you wish to discuss with me, or is there something else? I've had my fill of conspiracy for one day. I'll let you get back to your crane game. Indeed, until next time. As I leave, I'm left with more questions and answers. He seems absolute in his desire to help us. No matter what weirdness he's involved in, he'll be here for Future Forward. Presumably. But damn, does my hand still ache every time I remember that nightmare version of myself inside Polybius. Time to put this out of mind and keep looking for my teammates. Okay, no sign of Jinx and Grace yet, but I know Domino's around because that's his ratty old backpack tucked away in a dark corner of the laundromat. I keep suggesting he stash it somewhere secure, maybe use Jinx's apartment as a rest stop like Grace does, but, well, I don't actually own anything worth stealing, is how he phrased it, I believe. My point is that he has to be lurking around here somewhere. Where does Domino normally hang out? Oh, right. Loxy mentioned to me that when he gets depressed, he can usually be found, let's see. Yep, near the dumpsters in the alley next to Good Clean Fun. Although, from his jolly old smile, he doesn't seem upset. Hey, Domino, everything cool, or...
Ooh, nice.
What a haul, what a haul. I mean, look at it. Someone threw out a perfectly good toaster. I bet it's probably just some minor wiring problem. I could fix that. And this office chair? Yeah, the upholstery's all worn out, and it's missing an armrest, but it's still got the one seedy part. It's still good.
Color me pleasantly surprised.
Man, it's amazing what things people just throw out in the garbage. So, a busted toaster and a broken chair are not garbage? When you live in poverty like I do, they're priceless treasures. Like half my furniture is from dumpster diving. I can't wait to get home and toast the ever-loving shit out of some bread with this thing. Once I rewire it, I mean. I'm not sure dumpstered food prep appliances is safe. Bacteria are a thing. Slow down, Domino. Maybe it's easily fixed, but it probably could have been sitting in trash for days. Probably soaked in some nasty stuff. You may want to disassemble it completely and sterilize the parts before you jam bread in the thing, okay? Good point, good point. You're just filled with good points, aren't you? Last thing I need right now is to be sick again and unable to go to work. They dock my pay for that. Ah, the joys of minimum wage. Hey, we're a pro team now, right? We have enough money that you could play FOD2 full-time on team salary. Crimson Tigers ready and willing to drown us in money. How about you switch approaches and game full-time? I've been considering it.
What if...
It's a bit of a puzzle, isn't it? Taking the money means believing in this dream of yours to be world champs. Believing this can be my future. But the pragmatic side of me is screaming to not rely on that for survival. It could all come crashing down. Not gonna let that happen. I'm locked in on this course. I'm going to make it a reality. What's more, I'm looking into getting us a team house.
Whoa, whoa.
For serious? For serious. Think about it. No more dumpster diving, no more terrible jobs. Wouldn't it be fun to give up? You know what they say? You know how they say living well is the best revenge? This way you can get your revenge on 20XX itself. We dump all our good little worker drone jobs and focus on video games. Make our own path forward with a home and a career. And tell the world where to stick it. Up there, poopers. It would be nice to upgrade my current level of existence, I'll admit.
The worst idea.
You know what? I had my doubts and still do, but I'm on board with this. Why not? Can't be any worse than where I am now. Besides, my current apartment is like 27% cockroach by volume. I'd be more than happy to move the hell out of there. So, where's this new happy home we're all going to occupy? Well, about that. You don't actually have one in mind yet, do you? I'm working on it with Iris, but I'm open to suggestions if you know of any real estate opportunities. In this city? No. Well, if you ever get this dream off the ground, I'll be ready and waiting. Until then, I think I'd best be on toaster repair duty. Later. With that, he tucks the busted appliance under one arm and heads back into the laundromat. Well, he's on board with the idea of a team house at least, but I'm still at square one for options. Should find the rest of the team and keep mulling this over with them. Team practice hasn't quite started yet. Both Rhapsody and Zapper are already here, hanging out near the laundry machines. Out of the group, save for maybe Loxley, these two are the ones most consistently here. Is it out of dedication for the team, or do they just have nowhere else to spend their free time? In any case, I'm happy they're here and won't be too difficult to wrangle. They don't have anyone why didn't anyone tell me being a manager would be like herding cats 99.97% of the time? As I approach, I can see Rhapsody and Zapper are having an intense conversation near the laundry units, arm motions flying, intense looks. I try my best not to awkwardly barge my way into their conversation and listen for a bit. I can't believe he said that to you. I would have had Ben and Matt kick him out. Seriously, Zapper, that's just unacceptable behavior. Well, lucky for that bastard, Ben and Matt aren't here, which means I did what any proper gal's gotta do. Oh, what's that? Challenge him to a match, and whoever lost leaves, right then and there. Not allowed to come back, neither. Not today, not tomorrow, not fucking ever. Please tell me you beat him. I know your skills, Zap. I'm betting you tripled his score, leaving him utterly baffled. Rap, I didn't just triple his score.
Yeah.
I fucking quadrupled his score. Straight up devastated him. I just wish there was a crowd around to watch him fail miserably, and cheer me on, of course. Since both are all smiles now, it seems like a good time to slide right into their discussion. Hi Zapper, hi Rhapsody. Trouble? Anything I can help with? Trouble's past, but thanks.
Not today.
Zap was just regaling me with a story of what happens all too frequently in small arcades. Yeah, a fucking douche nozzle told me that girls can't play shooting games. Zapper groans in disgust and rolls her eyes. Again. Does that sort of thing happen often? Even at a small arcade like this? Granted, it's not too far out from when P2W came barging in here causing mischief, but I thought that was due to my presence. Before that wasn't everything smooth sailing? Unfortunately, yes, it gets tiring trying to prove your worth over and over again. Just because we're in a neighborhood arcade doesn't mean we don't get our fair share of stupid. And no matter how many times Ben and Matt swing the band hammer, people like them still pop up like ants following a food trail. I'm not going to pretend like this doesn't happen in PC gaming either. I've seen it far too often. Whether it's a rando claiming that marginalized genders don't have the same hand-eye coordination as cis men, or it's blatantly typing sexist remarks in the group chat. It's even happened to me. That sucks. I'm sorry that happened to you, Zapper. Whatever, it's fine. People could be assholes. It happens. It may sound harsh, but as much as I love this little arcade, sometimes I'm not in the mood to even potentially deal with that kind of emotional bullshit.
Yeah.
Eloquently put, Zach. What if we had Iris scan everyone's face wall before they can enter the arcade? It's not fair that we have to put up with this. There's got to be a way to stop it, right? I've got it. Iris can just scan all the newbies' social media, and if we catch one whiff of harassment, they get info banned. What a great idea. I'm very good at judging humans. I could be judge, jury, and executioner. He's not Judge Judy and executioner. Wow, that's heavy-handed as fuck. I like it. I've got no problem with preemptive annihilation of toxic trash via orbital laser satellite. Nice thing.
I just don't see that working out.
But an AI has limitations. It can't correctly identify fire hydrants in a caption. How can it identify trolls? Hey, I too can't identify fire hydrants. They're the swirly round thingies on poles, right? Right? My point is that there's always workarounds and false positives. What if we unfairly ban someone for something they've reposted? A valid point. I can't save us from all of it. However, a team house would give us a place to retreat to. Another perk to us all playing and living under one roof. Oddly enough, I think our ideas might align. I'm trying to get us a team house. That'd be a solid, safe space to practice in, free from the occasional trolls that find their way in. Place to enjoy the games without the gamers. Ha!
No, I'm down.
Focus training and a better place to live than my crap hole apartment? Yeah, I'm down. I'll start packing. Zapper turns on her heels to presumably walk home and pack up, but Rhapsody grabs her gently by the collar and pulls Zapper back into the conversation. Cassiosaurus said trying, meaning that we don't have one yet. We don't go anywhere yet, Zap. Zapper pouts, crossing her arms indignantly. Fine. Packing can wait. Not like I've got a lot to pack anyway. Mostly some old clothes and a bowling trophy. Look, one time I got super drunk at the all-night Bolorama and woke up with a trophy. And for reasons I can't explain at traffic cone, don't judge me. I'm in. A team house could help us all focus on our goals. A team house could keep us all focused on our goals. And it'd be fun to get to live with everyone. Oh ho ho! We can get a house with a pool or a hot tub? No, a pool and a hot tub. I'll need a big kitchen, gas stove top, plenty of counter space for my cooking gadgets, and a wine fridge. I do love cooking. Alright. Get a cool media room too. Let's think big. Hot tub, pool, fancy kitchen, that's only 3. What about a wicked cool media room? Maybe get an IMAX TM certified with 7.1 surround sound? Yes. We're going to have the coolest house with the coolest parties. We could comfortably watch all the live stream tournaments together in the media room too. All of this is great, but I haven't managed to snag us a house. The real estate market's proving to be pretty tricky. Tricky, but not impossible. I'm sure you can find something that works for everyone. Sure. Got the right kind of bloody-minded determination to see it through. I mean, you might find us a perfect house after the stars go out and the universe is cold and dead, but hey, team practice is soon, yeah? Maybe if we all chat about it, we can come up with something? 7 brains are better than 3, even if these 3 brains are the sexiest brains alive. Hashtag just saying. Thanks for always appreciating my intellect, Zap. I'm sure we can get together to come up with a few good candidates. Come find us when you're ready. I think Raph and I are going to continue house planning. We should cover all the walls with fairy lights, Raph. I'll gladly let them take care of all our decorating. One less thing on my plate, assuming I can actually find us a place. I'm happy they're at least on board with the idea. Now I just need to find everyone else and get them on the same page. Hang on, I spy with my little eye Jinx and Grace, just outside and on their way in. Good, now we have a full team meeting and settle this homesteading business. Let's see, I told Zapper, Rhapsody, Domino, and Loxley about the team house plan. That's everybody except Jinx and Grace, who are just now arriving on the scene. Once I've got them all in agreement and Iris finds a home, we'll be ready to go.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry we're late for team practice, but there's this wonderful new coffee shop uptown. I love. Okay, hold on. I need some water. Sorry we're late for team practice, but there's this wonderful new coffee shop uptown I love, and I just had to get Jinx a peppermint mocha. It was okay. It was okay. I thought you loved it. Yeah, I did love it. Just said so. Just things being okay is okay. Yep, Jinx master of flat understatement. So, what's up? Are the team ups for today's practice? What are the team ups for today's practice sessions? Shame we can't fit our brand new FOD2 machine in here just yet. Be nice to have all those joysticks going at once. Actually, I think I've got a solution to that particular problem. I've got my Iris looking for some team houses, a way for all of us to live under the same roof and really focus our efforts. If we all move in together, I think we could really push Future forward to new heights. And everybody else is on board, so what do you say? Sound good? Is that good silence or bad silence? Are you both dumping me?
No, not interested. You have any idea how hard it was to set up my apartment for proper disability access? Bathroom alone costs a fortune. Dislodging me from my lodgings is... No, not interested, no.
And I can't just move out of my home. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. It's not really that it's a terrible idea, but I just can't. And...
Grace, it's okay. Don't have to apologize or justify yourself.
Absolutely.
Besides, Good Clean Fun is our home, not leaving our arcade. It's our arcade. And not interested in sitting around some bungalow grinding FOD2 in the dark.
Hey, we have proper lighting. And I was planning to find a place near Good Clean Fun so we could keep coming here.
Don't care. I'm out. Grace is out. If we're not practicing today, I'm going home. Later.
Without leaving me any chance to object, Jinx storms off to the elevator in the laundromat area and heads up to her place.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't right now.
And, being extremely eager not to continue this confrontation, Grace turns and leaves, fortunately headed for the pizzeria rather than exiting the building entirely. Okay, so this is a setback.
Inevitability.
And again, the universe never fails to disappoint. I had expected Grace may be reluctant, but that was an unusually strong reaction. Well, Coach, what's your plan for fixing this one? We can make this work. I said I was going to find a home that works for everyone, and I meant it. We won't proceed forward without that. There's no reason for anyone to be upset. I just need to figure out what they both need. Very rational, very rational, very reasonable, except people aren't always rational and reasonable. I'd suggest you talk it over with them one-on-one. Grace does not deal well with group peer pressure, notably. Loxley's right, and whoever you don't choose, I can chat with the other one. Keep things low-key and friendly. I'm sure we could work this out.
This is messy.
I'm kinda miserably bad at touchy-feely. I'll stay out of this one. I'll let you fine folks do your thing. No worries, leave it to me. So, who do you want to talk with? I will talk to Grace. I'll talk it over with Grace, try to figure out why she's upset by the idea of moving. A solid plan. Good luck. Yes, thank you. I had luck for talking to someone. Good luck not being a fucking idiot and saying something stupid. Crossing through the laundromat area, I reach the restaurant and spot Grace fidgeting in a corner booth. Her usual corner booth, away from any hustle and bustle. Obviously she's troubled by something, so I should play this carefully and with kindness. I approach calmly and considerately. Grace? Oh, hi? Do you want to talk? I can come back later if you don't. Entirely up to you. No pressure. She sighs, trying to release some tension before continuing. I should probably explain why I'm so nervous about this, shouldn't I? Like I said, only if you want to. Only if you want to. You don't have to say a word, I'll wander off and go do something else. No, I want to. It's unfair of me to just mumble a negative and run for the darkest corner to hide. Have a seat. Slide into the booth, in the seat across from her. I'm not objecting to the idea.
Ooh, I like
Actually, I really like the idea. I think it'd be a lot of fun, living with everyone and enjoying games together. It'd be really wonderful. I could share my game collection, we could stay up late eating ice cream and doing each other's hair, and... okay, maybe not that last part, but you get the idea, right? I want to eat s'mores and gossip and play Mystery Date, trademark. Ooh, and we could also gossip about Becky from the Lunch Table 3 and how awful her attitude is, and then play board games without asking cuties out on dates. Is that normal? I don't know. I've never had a sleepover. I mean, I've heard of them, but oof, that went over badly. Yeah, that did not go well. Anyway, my point is there's so much we could accomplish together as a team and as friends if we lived together. So, if you're in love with the idea, why did you panic and run away at the thought of it? Almost immediately, her outburst of joy dampens down some.
I'm not sure I can just leave my home. Thing is, I live at my family's estate. I grew up there. I've never lived anywhere else. And even though I'm an adult, capable of making my own decisions, I don't know. I don't feel like I can just pull up stakes and leave my family like that.
Ah, you're supporting them? They need you?
Kind of the opposite. I'm the youngest in the family. All my brothers and sisters are business moguls, technology experts, success stories. And here I am, the little girl who plays video games.
Yeah, but now you can play video games for money and shove it in their stupid faces.
They think of me as aimless, tinkering with the children's game nobody will ever want to play. They're not happy with my decisions.
I'm hearing a perfectly good reason to leave, not to
How do you
stay.
think they'll react if I say, Mom and Dad, I want to move into an overcrowded house with a bunch of unemployed 20-somethings and play games all day long?
But we're not unemployed. We're under a contract.
I don't think they'd let me leave. They'd see it as more foolishness, on top of the foolishness I'm already involved in. If I leave, it's going to be a fight. They'll yell. They'll tell me I'm throwing my life away. It's going to be a huge, big, loud, angry mess. I just can't face that. It terrifies me. I can't. So I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't join you at the team house. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Grace, you're not alone in this. We're all here, standing behind you. And if you need, like, a tag team partner, I'm here for you. Would it help to have someone by your side when you confront your parents over this?
No.
No! I mean, no. An outsider to the family would probably just make it worse. But you're right. You're all standing with me. Jinx has been very supportive of my independence. I know she'd want me to break away from the family too. I need to envision that strength. Think of how you and the others would rise to that occasion. Take my cues from your strength. I'll figure something out. I will figure out a way to make this work. I want to join you all. I want to live with my friends. Yes, I'll do it. I'll join the team house. Great. 3 cheers for Future Forward and our new home. Hip hip hooray. So, where are we going to be living exactly? I haven't decided yet. We're working on it. It's the wheels on the bus are in motion. Honestly, I've had Iris looking for places to stay for days and no luck finding the perfect place. And now with Jinx flat out refusing to join us, well...
Aww.
Oh, I know what's going on there. She's uncomfortable making us adapt a new home to her disability. It's costly to renovate a place for her. We have the money. That's why we got us a sponsor. Or that's why I got us a sponsor. It's more money than you'd think, even with sponsor money. But why pay for something when you already have something that works perfectly? Huh? What do you mean, Grace? Why don't we get an apartment right next to Jinx's and merge the two into a Suda house? That way she doesn't have to move. Just take on some roomies. We can just do that? There are vacancies above Good Clean Fun? Wait, why didn't my Iris find them already? Oh, Jinx's siblings own the building and usually only rents to low-income or elderly locals. But if we talk it over with them, explain our situation, well, that'd solve a lot of problems, right? I mean, if you want to find something elsewhere, I'm sure we could. No. It's perfect. It's perfect. This is, wow, that's better than anything I could have hoped for. With a renewed burst of hope and optimism, sweeps us both up, awash in smiles. In other words, it's probably still, oh my god. In other words, it's probably still not the best time to talk and ask her about the whole Polybius Iris connection. No need to torpedo this good mood, it'll have to wait. Still need to talk this over with Jinx, convince her to let us into her life as a compromise in return for not needing to move. And arrange meetings, and make phone calls, and confront my parents. But I'm sure it'll all be fine. And the best part of all, we can still play at Good Clean Fun. It's just one elevator ride away. Exactly, our home is our home, in every sense of the word. Very resistant to change, I know, and this is probably not helping me totally break away from this comfortable routine. But who cares? Our arcade. It's awesome. Okay, I'll head upstairs and talk it over with Jinx. We'll let you know when we've got a meeting arranged and to try and rent the apartment.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad you joined us. I'm so glad I can be your friend. Why not be able to my lover, though? Can we bump that to lover? I care about you, Grace, and I want you to be happy, whatever it takes. Thanks so much. Grace and I left the pizzeria with her departing to visit Jinx and me departing to join up with the rest of the crew. While we took turns destroying each other in FOD2, Jinx and Grace chatted. By the end of the day, we were both on board with the idea. I could have sworn I even saw a hint of a smile on Jinx's face. A wave of relief washed over me, feeling like the hard part was over. Now, we just had to make the proper arrangements. Small first step in the right direction. As the evening progressed, calls were placed, meetings were arranged, and surprisingly, Jinx's familial landlord agreed to meet with me the next day. All I needed to do was get through one good night's rest, and we'd be on our way to a team house. A certain victory in its own sense. A home. Our home. Those feelings kept me nice and warm and snuggled in my bed as I drifted off to sleep. Oh, that is creepy as hell. The crown will be yours if you kneel and accept it. The crown will be yours if you kneel and accept it. The crown will be yours if you kneel and accept it. The crown will be yours if you kneel and accept it. The crown will be yours if you kneel and accept it. Beep, beep. Ugh. I jolted upright, nearly falling out of bed, but catching myself just in time. The sunlight peeking in through the slats in my window stunned me momentarily. It's morning already? Beep beep. Good morning. You have a 10 a.m. appointment with Giant, yeah? Try to rub the sleep out of my eyes, but my left hand is all cramped up for some reason, which does little to help. Who? Giant who? Jinx's sibling? The landlord of the GCF building? Right. I got a shower. Fell asleep in my clothes again. That's why I woke you up early, so you'll have plenty of time. Are you okay? You seem a bit unsettled. I'm fine, Iris. Everything is fine. Great. Now let's get moving. Future Forward needs a home. Little by little, I pull myself together, getting ready to face the day. And little by little, I forget the nightmares I've been having ever since that night at Ozma's tournament. It's gone by the time I hit the subway platform. I arrive at the designated meeting place, the Good Clean Fun Pizzeria, with only a minute or 3 to spare. Jinx is already there, waving me over for from the corner booth Grace usually favors. Although Grace isn't here. Hey, it's almost time. It's almost time. I know. Sorry for almost being late. Is Grace joining us? Nah, high-stress business transaction scenarios aren't her thing. High stress? How much of a hard ass is your sibling anyway? I'll let you figure that out yourself. I don't like that. No hints, no tips and tricks? Not my race to run. You're in the driver's seat. I'm just here for the free za while you squirm. Here, have one. With a shrug, I reach over to the offered dish and fetch a slice of Veggie Lover's Ultimate Super Deluxe Extreme, a Ben & Matt specialty. Vegan's not my deal. I gnaw my meat fresh off the bone, ideally. But Jian's super into healthy eating, and exercise, and yoga. So someone who's incredibly centered and confident and strong and healthy and ready to tear me limb from limb is the rental negotiator? You'll see. Well, I've come to kick ass myself, and I'm not going to be intimidated by Jian. No matter how high and mighty they carry themselves, and they're right behind me, aren't they? The stern-looking individual looming large behind me, having somehow silently snuck up, slides a business card across the table before sitting down. Chinatown Investment Opportunities, LLC, as it says on the card. Jian Ya, MX. Look at that subtle off-white coloring, the tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god, it even has a watermark of it. Let's make this fast. There's 3 units on the 5th floor with water damage, and I'm directing work crews. I'm a hands-on real estate manager. I want to be up there supervising these efforts, not taking meetings all day. Right. They look me over. From the drooping slice of veggie pizza to my nervous expression, evaluating me. Much like Jinx tends to do, in fact. So you're one of those gamers Jinx hangs out with. Yes, that's me. The real gamer is what I am. I am she. And now you want to combine my little sister's apartment into the one next door to make a, how'd she put it, team house? Yes, that's the plan. So, and also she can play video games all day, allegedly getting paid for it. I have to say, Miss Siebert, I have my doubts. They know my last name. They own my soul. They know my soul. I am doomed. You may not be aware of this, but my family owns this particular chunk of Chinatown. We've owned it for generations. I'm the one who ultimately owns Good Clean Fun. Ben and Matt operate it, so I can focus on other affairs. I own the apartments. I own the corner bodega. Trying to preserve the character of Chinatown, Miss Siebert, in the face of pressures from far larger developers than I. I don't have time to be distracted by wild goose chases and esports dreams. So, what exactly can you possibly say to convince me I shouldn't have you thrown out of my building? Okay. Be convincing. Oh, beep beep. This is an intense identity situation. You can only pick a response that matches your top 2 personality traits. I'm fucked because I'm hilarious. Your sister and I share a common dream to play games together with our friends. We have a dream A dream we all share, as a team, bound by friendship, to play games together and reach for the championship. But if we're going to make that dream come true, we need to be able to practice together, becoming better and better friends. And for that, the next step is to gather together and live in a team house. Their impassive expression does not change in the slightest. So if you love your sister, no, not implying you don't love her, just trying to say what I'm saying is, let's stop. Miss Ebert, I only have one thing to say to your so very generous offer. Of course I'd be happy to rent to you and your friends, you silly goose. Jinx won't stop talking about how super cool you and your friends are. You make her happy, and well, anything that makes my dear sister happy makes me happy too. I'd actually decided to rent the apartment to you before I even sat down. I just wanted to see you squirm a bit first. It was adorable.
Nice.
You should have seen the expression on your face. I blinked once, then twice. My face frozen. Castrosaurus? Excuse me for a moment, restarting my heart. So, we're good? You'll rent the place next to Jinx's apartment to Future Forward? Crimson Tiger is willing to pay the deposit if that's an issue. Absolutely, I'll rent to you. I like you. I like your friends. But I think we need to adjust our strategy a bit first. To make things easier on Jinx, I'd like to suggest installing a connecting door and making the two units into one whole. That way everything's under one single renting contract. I'll need a month to arrange proper permits and the work crew, but all in all, I think we could do this. Okay, that's great. Wonderful. Heck, I bet you're so happy with this that you'd be willing to rent to us for free. No. Okay. They slide out of the booth, adjusting well-tailored clothes to make themselves proper and presentable once more. You'll be able to move in 30 days. Jinx mentioned you can use an iris. Or you use an iris? Excellent. My iris will contact your iris and work out the logistics. A pleasure doing business with you, Miss Siebert.
Sorry about that.
It's just too much fun to let Jean play with you, like a cat in a laser pointer. 1 month. We can have an in-arcade practice session. We can have in-arcade practice sessions until then. Everyone will need time to arrange their own adult-type paperwork responsibilities anyway. And then Future Forward will have a new home. The month slid by quickly enough. We'd gather for a few hours at GCF's arcade to train in and around various side jobs the team held, taking commuting time into account. Honestly, scheduling is a bit messy. I'm looking forward to using sponsor money to get as many team salaries going as we can to eliminate that problem. But today is the day. Moving day. Trucks pull up in front of the building and then offload what meager few possessions we have to haul up to apartments 108 and 109. Or as they shall henceforth be known, Future Forward HQ. Headquarters sounds way cooler than Team House anyway. Probably best to stay out of the way and let the movers work. Just chill in the arcade for the afternoon. Let Gian wrangle the logistics. So, who do I want to hang out with while waiting for our headquarters to be made presentable? Alright, we have 3 time. Ben and Matt. See if we can maybe take care of this argument.
I must protest.
Which is why they should have done nothing. Now they're de facto approving of evil itself.
Kidding me?
What else do you expect from them? Hold hands and sing Kumbaya? Wrong place, wrong time for that sort of thing. Okay, apparently I'm walking into a heated debate. May need to step in here if Zapper starts getting abusive. She's learning self-control, but I promised her I'd intervene if anything goes wrong. Fortunately, my arrival draws her attention. Hey, Loxley's being an overly optimistic dreamer again.
This is messy.
Loxley, my dude, I get that in a perfect world everything would be super cool and he could say anything he wants, but this ain't it. Nor will it be unless those with power are willing to step up and embrace empathy rather than avarice. Okay, may as well hurl myself directly into oblivion and ask, what are you two arguing about? It's less of an argument and more of a clash of perspective. Mine being sensible and his being idealistic. I'm perfectly fine with being called idealistic. Back up a bit and start again. I just got here. Fine. Loxley, you first. Yesterday, an esports competitor was being interviewed after a major tournament win, and in his victory speech he declared, "Free something, revolution now." And the game's publisher promptly banned him from play for 6 months and fired the person interviewing him for allow it. Which sucks. I'm not arguing it doesn't suck, but it's an all-around pile of suck. But the ban came down because a gaming event is the wrong place for politics. It's like expecting nuance on Facewall. The guy signed a contract agreeing to that. The contract wording was intentionally vague, and I doubt the company would punish him if he said the USA rules, which, might I add, is also a political statement.
I disagree, my friend.
No, this is clearly a fear of reprisal from the government of blank, which is simultaneously a huge gaming market and despotic regime. Despotic? Just talking about negatively is a good way to get punished, with corporations climbing into bed with them on a daily basis. Loxley's right about that. I wouldn't want to mention Barp specifically by name, just to be on the safe side. This isn't about Barp, it's about games, and keeping the focus on games, not politics. Oh, don't be that person, Zapper. Don't be that person. Call of Duty's not a political game. Keep politics out of our war games. All discourse is political, my friend. Games are art and therefore political. Oh, not this again. Look, I'm not sitting here fucking, okay? I don't like what they've been doing any more than you do. And hell, the publisher is run by abusive patriarchal fucksticks. I'm not playing cheerleader for anyone here, but expecting a video game company to do anything other than get out of the way of that oncoming freight train is absurd. It's not their place to start an international incident. And when I sit down to play a game, I just want to play a game, you know? I don't play these games that are thinly veiled military recruitment campaigns either. I want game storefronts to yank obvious propaganda games. I want racist trolls out of the community. Keep things welcoming for everyone by keeping politics out. Those are two different things. Two different things.
A bit concerning, that.
And who decides what's political and what isn't? What's the rub? Or that's the rub. I feel someone needs to stand up, or this is just going to happen again and again. As a member of the gaming community, I'd like it to be us. It's also important for those of us who have platforms of privilege from which to speak that we use them boldly against the evils of the world. But we've both ranted enough, haven't we? Considering Keshasaurus is our acting manager / cat wrangler, I'm curious how she would interpret the situation. Just in case I feel like, I don't know, making scary political statements for future forward. Just in case, I don't know. Just in case I feel like, I don't know, making scary political statements after future forward wins in the Pro Tour. Holy shit, people, you're dumping this on me? Now? No worries, I support my friends. I'll respect your wishes on the matter, regardless of what they are. You have my loyalty, that will always come first. Yeah, let's not back Keshasaurus into a corner on this one. I'm cool with whatever you decide too. So, do you think it's reasonable to disallow politics at a gaming event, or is it reprehensible to silence them? It's reasonable, liking and people should take a stand for what they believe in without fear of punishment. Reprehensible. Let's call this what this is, okay? A game company is terrified of losing money, and that's all they give a shit about, and willing to silence someone to avoid that fate. The weird thing is that, like, the incident they're talking about, which I don't remember specifically, but I do remember it being a big deal, was like kind of mostly like everyone was on one side of it, sort of thing of like, this is bad, and they banned it for 6 months. It's not about neutrality, it's about that bottom line. And a company has no right to punish someone over their speech like that. If they're not willing to stand up for their own players, maybe they don't deserve to have a player community. And if the only vote we get under capitalism is voting with our dollars, well, I hope there's a mass voting and they feel it in the pocketbook. Hear, hear. Thank you for seeing past the company's rhetoric to what this is truly about.
Maybe?
I think you're both putting way too much meaning into this, but whatevs. It's not like I'm waving blank flags around and cheering them on. Screw them. I'm just going to say that at a Pro Tour event, which is perfectly understandable, as long as you respect my right to do so. Wait, what'd they say? Oh, I can't rewind. As long as we don't get our whole team banned from play, you do you. Living with y'all is going to be interesting at least, especially with Loxley and I under one roof. I promise not to start any fights though. Team cohesion above all else. Glad I'm specifically bunking with Rhapsody though. Likewise, I promise to remain cordial and not allow differing viewpoints to tear Future Forward apart. It wouldn't be fair to Kesha or anyone else. 3 cheers for Future Forward HQ. Long may it stand. Hip hip hooray! Smiles and good cheer all around. But also a bit of a reminder that I'm in charge of keeping some very, very different people all focused on the same goal. More responsibility than I asked for, more than I wanted, but I can do this for the sake of all my friends. Okay, anybody I should talk with before moving in? Can you just, move in? Let's talk to Rhapsody. Rhapsody's just hanging out in the laundry area upon first glance. But as I approach them, I see Rhapsody watching the movers with an attentive eye, senses glued to the people moving our boxed goods. I had Iris check several moving companies for me, and these ones were the best. No moving accidents in over a year. Are you worried they're going to throw your stuff around? Not exactly. I just want to ensure my belongings make it into the new home without any trouble. I have a lot of very important items in those boxes. I'd be heartbroken if something happened to them. I really have nothing else I can do right now, right? Everything's packed up. Now that I think about it, actually, I guess I was a bit worried. You sensed it before I could. Really getting into the tune with all of us and our feelings, aren't you? What's a good friend and manager and cat herder? That's what we do. And no need to worry, Rhapsody. I'm not worried. And so you shouldn't be worried. Just think of how grand this will be, all of us friends living together. Think of all the training and the laughs that'll be had. Everything from here on out is going to be perfect. Mostly. What do you mean, mostly?
Might work.
I do enjoy your very gung-ho attitude about everything. It makes me hopeful in turn. But oblivious optimism is not the smartest way to approach this. While most times will be just dandy, there will also certainly be issues. You need to be prepared for that. What if Zap and I have an argument over the lack of peace and quiet in our room? What if Loxley and Domino can't agree on how cluttered they keep their space? What if Grace and Jinx start fighting over rent? How will you deal with those tumultuous episodes when they arise? I've had a fighting ring installed just for this. We're adults, we'll communicate. It's not like I haven't thought about this. Of course, sometimes we won't all get along. This isn't some happy, idealistic bubble I'm living in. But I also know we're all capable adults. On top of that, we're all friends. We know how to talk to each other. We just have to have an open floor from the start and be able to share our feelings with each other. Honesty and understanding and willingness to listen is the cocktail for success. If that's the drink you're serving, I'll gladly slurp up that mix. Thanks. Gross? Rhapsody takes a deep breath and a moment to mull over my words. They seem hesitant, but wanting to continue this conversation. I don't mean to overstep. I've lived first hand with this experience, and sometimes it gets ugly. You mean when you lived with Team P2W? Rhapsody nods, a slight sadness in their smile. No matter how cheery and great it seems at first, there are things you can't possibly know about those who are you are moving in with. We all have our secrets, and P2W certainly had theirs. I didn't realize how awful they all were until I lived with them. When I first joined, I merely thought their haughtiness was an act. Most of us tend to inflate our personalities when we're in the spotlight, and I thought it was all for show. But as we know, it's
That's not a good look.
I saw them harass and abuse others in the community constantly. Winning is all that mattered to them, so they did everything and anything to do so. Sabotage and manipulation were always on the table with them. And no matter how hard I tried to ignore it, I had the means to win. I had the resources at my fingertips. I was surrounded by the best. I could have won, really won. But in the end, I just couldn't deal with it. Wait, I thought you said they kicked you out. They did. After I gave up emotionally, my skills and performance tanked. Their harassment turned on me, thinking it would inspire me to do better.
It was my fault.
It didn't. Eventually, they officially removed me. I constantly think, what if? What if I had stayed? What if I had just done something? Would it have changed anything? Those are unreasonable expectations to put on yourself. Playing the what if game will get you nowhere, Rhapsody. You're smart enough to see that. Yeah, that's true. You could have 1,000 what if scenarios running in your head, but honestly, do you think that if you stayed in that house, you'd be here now with Future Forward? Maybe? I think as much as you'd wish that, deep in your heart, you know you wouldn't be the same. That kind of attitude warps people. I know because my friend Hunter joined P2W, and I can see them slowly changing. I don't even think they see it. So if you had stayed with P2W, you wouldn't be the same great friend I know now.
Point.
Yeah, you're right. That makes a lot of sense. More sense than I'd like to admit. Regardless, I'm done dwelling on the past for now. I have new things to focus my energy on. I need to elevate my skills in FOD2. It's not just about your performance. The joys of FOD2 is that you always have a partner. Doubles, yes, that's true. I've been singles all my life. I've never tried to achieve greatness in a doubles team.
Switch it up.
This new game brings new challenges. Maybe if I can't do it alone, I can reach success with a friend. You're not alone, Rhapsody. Our success is your success. We will all work together to win. And I promise, we won't be a reflection of your experience at P2W's team house. That's a relief. I'm glad to not have that stress. Yeah, that's the spirit. You won't need to escape from us. Unless we all turn into zombies. Then you should run. Definitely run. I'd like to keep my brain, yes. Thanks for talking to me about this. I think we're going to have a great time living together. I think so too. Rhapsody's eyes dart away from me and return to the movers. Oh, that's my casting equipment in that box. Need to make sure this gets up to the apartment without any hitches. Okay, bye. I nod in understanding as Rhapsody jumps up and helps the movers with the doors. Reflecting briefly on my conversation with Rhapsody, sure, there will be tough times ahead. I know all of us working together should be able to conquer anything before us. I trust in this team. I trust in us. Speaking of us, I should see what the rest of us are up to right now. Let's grab some, we can talk to Domino. I find Domino chilling in his usual spot, in front of the battered plastic Japanese arcade cabinet loaded with all his shump faves. Although chillin' is probably not accurate, as usual, he's hyper-focused on a massively complicated bullet spam pattern from hell, desperately hanging on to this edge of survival. And yet he finds just enough mental timeshare to say hello. Hello! Hey, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Nah, it's fine, I'm good. It's a good day. I'm all packed up and ready to go on a permanent vacation with y'all. Where's your luggage? You didn't register with the mover, so I figured you'd be bringing your stuff in by hand or something? But I don't see any boxes or suitcases or travel trunks or anything out here. Domino glances to a battered duffel bag lying on the ground next to this arcade cab. Got it all right here. That's it? Some of my total worldly possessions. Well, the stuff we're keeping anyway. Ah, the joys of riding the poverty line like a skateboard rail. The game wrapped up, he turns to chat with me while leaning against the cabinet. He seems genuinely happy, possibly for the first time that I've seen.
This can't possibly end badly.
This is going to be fun. Assuming we aren't murdering each other by the end of the first week, it'll be nice to not live alone anymore. I'd like to think that we can handle this new living arrangement with a minimum of bloodshed. My hope is to provide a friendly, welcoming sort of gamer's paradise for us all. You know, I've never liked that word. Paradise? Gamers.
Curious.
I mean, what's a gamer really? It's branding and marketing shorthand. It's a defined role given to us by the media to act as a convenient carrying handle. When a major corporation making sweet bank off of you is also telling you who to be and what opinions to hold, and what opinions to fight to the death over, well, that's worrying. And, to an extent, the esports scene completely buys into it. You don't want to make sponsors unhappy, and sponsors want you to stick to the script. Crimson Tiger only exists because some soda company decided they needed a gamer drink for the gamer lifestyle, and invented a brand to cover the gap.
Isn't that ironic? Don't you think?
Thus, the loop is... You've got to stop doing that. Thus, the loop is closed. We become part of our own subservience. Okay, kind of went off on a Loxley-esque rant there, didn't I? Okay, that made sense. No, I get what you mean. It's an easy trap to fall into. Filling the shoes someone else gave to you. We're walking a weird line, being professionals who have to keep their sponsor happy. We need to be careful not to become generic esports team number 23. I mean, Michael Jordan, pretty good football player. Baseball, the joke was baseball. The joke was pretty good baseball player, and I swung and missed. If we keep our individualism and our ideals alive, I think we can work within the system without being complicit in its excesses. That's a pretty tight rope to walk, but I'm glad you're mindful of it. Last thing I want is for Future Forward to be all like, "What up, fellow gamers? Buy more Crimson Tiger." Well, we have to push the product a little, but only in ways we have agreed with. Hopefully we'll have a choice in the matter. Maybe it's for the best that I'm bunkmates with Loxley of this Future Forward HQ experiment. We see eye to eye on this stuff. So you've picked out your room assignment already? Yeah. Gene's moving stuff around accordingly. Starting tomorrow, Future Forward HQ is in full effect. I suggest a huge party to celebrate, but let's not annoy our landlord on day one. Plus, I'm usually the one who sits in the corner talking to the pets during a party, because when I try to mingle, people go, "Oh, look at the time," and wander off. I have to go watch the news. Honestly, I'm less worried about someone else on the team starting drama than myself accidentally causing some.
Worst idea.
My hope is that I'll be a bit less morose if I'm around cheerful people. I mean, it's half the reason I keep coming back to clean fun. Being shut in really drives people up a wall, across the ceiling and down the other side. I don't know how folks like Loxley managed it before today. Can you calm down, phone? What are you doing? Hang on, weren't you a shut-in too? Oh god. If I lived alone, if that's what you mean.
Curious.
And you didn't have an arcade to fall back on to pump up your social media meter either? How'd you do it? How'd you avoid losing your marbles from isolation? Whew, Mariners are crushing it. 10 hits, 8 runs? Hell yeah. Every time I think the Mariners turn a corner, they just don't. This, by the way, is recorded on a Friday night, so. Friday night playing video games. To be totally honest with you, Dom, I wasn't doing great with the isolation. Sometimes I wouldn't even leave the apartment. I'd order delivery so I could keep grinding the FOD2 ranked ladder all day, all night. Things feel different now that I'm going to an actual arcade. Now that I have more friends, feels better than sitting by my lonesome all day. Sounds like you found exactly where you need to be. Count yourself lucky, not everyone manages that. Some people spend their whole lives trying to find where they belong. Some fail and just fade away. You only find out they even existed when the landlord comes around due to complaints about the smell. Dude. Sorry, I went overboard again. I meant it positively, though. You've done good work. Be proud. Thanks. Anytime. Well, for today at least, I'm in a damn fine mood. Not used to feeling this jovial and confident. It's a pleasant thing, to be sure. Be nice if I could keep it rolling more than a day or two. Usually I get slam dunked back to suck after it passes, but hey, who knows? Maybe I can, maybe with more contact with optimists like you and Grace, I can keep it going. Okay, I should double check to make sure I didn't actually leave anything behind. My old landlord dumped all my crap on the curb for garbage pickup. I may need to root through it.
Seeing you.
See you upstairs later? You got it. Anyone else I want to hang out with before officially moving in? Hang on, the sun's already gone down? Why the heck haven't we moved in yet? I'd say we're burning daylight, but we're fresh out. Incoming message from Drinks. Hey there. Gina's trying to get our arcade game working and running into problems. Any idea to how to boot a custom arcade PC? It's a real mess up here right now. Huh. It's just a PC in a fancy wooden box? Thought arcade games were all specialized hardware. Retro games, yes. Modern ones tend to use off-the-shelf components. Want me to reply to her? Oh wait, I've got another message from you. This time from Grace. I could use a hand moving my game collection. Could you take the subway to the 23rd Street station? Moving these boxes myself is proving difficult. I don't think I can leave either of them hanging. Rhapsody could easily get an FOD2 machine going. They're a computery type person like you. I'm sure Loxley would be more than happy to carry some boxes for Grace. So, who should I send where? I'll help Grace. Iris, can you message Rhapsody? Ask them to head upstairs and fix our FOD2. I'm going uptown to help Grace. You got it. The apartment will be ready by the time you get back. Tucking my phone back in my pocket, I head out to the doors of GCF and off to the subway. With half the city packing it in for the day and the other half getting ready for the night ahead, it's a fairly crowded train ride up to 23rd Street. I rarely go uptown, not much point. That's where all the finance and business hubbub goes down, and that's and where rich establish their legacies. Guess this is where Grace used to live, in her family's manor house. A manor house in the middle of a city being pretty damn weird. I guess this was where Grace used to live, in her family's manor house. A manor house in the middle of a city being pretty damn weird too, to boot. But while I'm expecting to get further directions from the train station to meet her at her home, she's actually at the station waiting for me. Along with 4 giant cardboard boxes packed to the brim with plastic cartridges. Honestly, it's a miracle I managed to carry them all myself. When I got the turnstile, well, I realized I couldn't do this on my own. Thanks for coming by. Moving these is so much easier with a helper. The old game console carts shifting around in my box as the subway rattles around menacingly? Yeah, menacingly are a bit worrying. Hopefully the rough ride isn't damaging them. Not a problem, stack them up and I'll haul these wherever you want. Happy to help. Stack up all 4 and I can carry them all for you. See these muscles? I never skip arm day. Oh, no, you don't have to go that far. I can share the load a little, not some fragile flower, you know. I'm just trying to show off my guns. I'm just trying to show you the beefcake body I've built. Body by Kit Kat? Come on. I appreciate the offer, believe me, but this collection is precious to me. I wouldn't want to risk a stack tipping over and crashing down. I guess you wanted to focus on your games first and foremost, right? Clothes, furniture, and other knickknacks can come later. I already kept some of my clothes at Jinx's place. That's all I really need. I live digitally, not physically. Okay. Well, okay. So old video games are a bit more physical and plasticky than purely digital, but you get the idea. This is odd. Everybody else, excluding Domino, has oodles of stuff to move over to the new apartment. And given what I already know about Grace's living situation, I think I have a guess why. Grace, level with me, okay? You didn't sign up for moving trucks to show up at your house. You aren't taking any stuff other than your game collection, It's almost like you're sneaking out of your family home. And that's why you always leave a note. I left a note. You left a note to say you're moving away from home?
I like confrontations.
I didn't want a huge confrontation. There'd be yelling and demands, and they'd put all sorts of guilt on me, and I just wanted to quietly slip out, not be a bother to anyone, not stir up any trouble.
I mean, it's
I don't need any of my stuff, any stuff from my home. All I need are the games I love, and if they get mad, well, I can deal with that later, right? Family drama alert, we have reached DEFCON 5. Whoop whoop auga. But what's done is done. We've got to finish the move-in to the new headquarters, and clearly she's uncomfortable talking about it. I can help her deal with the fallout later. For now, I should at least try to keep her in good cheer. So, how many games are in these boxes anyway? Let's see, about 200 NES carts TM, 100 SNES TM, and Sega Genesis TM carts. About 100 loose discs for the Sega TM, Dreamcast TM, PlayStation registered trademark, the Atari trademark, XLX, plus a few bent rares and some prototypes. I've got a box stadium events and a World Championship Gray cart. Got a rare ET trademark prototype for the Atari trademark 2600, which is totally awful. Thank goodness they fixed it before release, right? It sounds valuable, old and valuable. Yep, I curate my collection very carefully. I don't have enough space in the storage unit for too many games, so I only picked ones I really wanted. It took years of scouring the collector scenes for all the games I wanted, but it's more or less complete now. I mean, I'm always tweaking and tuning the archive a little. Wait, you kept it all in a storage unit, not your bedroom? Grace's good cheer wobbles a little. Well,
I mean, I wasn't technically allowed to. My parents saw video games as a waste of time. I wasn't allowed to own a video game console. They barely tolerate my little portable one because I insisted it's more of a computer than a game system, thanks to my extensive notifications. So, I keep my stuff offsite, away from their disapproving glares. But now, I can keep it at Jinx's place. She doesn't mind at all, and even lets me hook up some of my old consoles there. And even better, I can share these wonderful games with everyone else. I know our focus is on arcade games, FOD2, yeah, but also Zappers light gun games and domino shooters. But I hope I can show you all the love I have for these cute little toys from days gone by. Back when all you needed was a gamepad, a best friend, and a TV to live your best life.
she shifts her grip on the heavy box, arms growing a bit weary despite her high spirits carrying her along. I'll admit that sort of good cheer is infectious. I know about as much about console games as I do in arcade games, but I know passion when I hear it. I think what this calls for is an all-night marathon of the Italian plumbers jumping on turtles, straight through until dawn. What do you say? Once everybody's done celebrating the big move-in, we set up your game consoles and get gaming?
I really don't think that's... I
think I want to sleep tonight, actually. I'm trying to pull less all-nighters, not more. Sometimes I get so hyper-focused on developing my own game that I go hours and hours long into the night, and I feel all run down and awful after. Not that I don't want to play games with you, I'm just saying I'm trying to say that I wouldn't mind playing games for hours, just... Grace, it's cool, I get it. We have plenty of time for console games, right? In and around our FOD2 training. From the screech of brakes and the way my center of gravity protests, it seems the train is slowing down before the Chinatown stop. And here we are, ready to make Future Forward headquarters official? You bet. I know I was a little hesitant at first, with my family situation, but I think we're really going to get along just... No. And just as the doors start to open, someone slams into Grace, knocking her to the floor. Her box pops open, games scattering everywhere. The man quickly spots a white cardboard box in the pile, grabs it, and runs out the doors before I can even react. Instinctively, I move to help Grace pick up herself. Oh, okay. along with her fallen game collection, but she waves me away as she gets to her own feet.
No.
You've got to stop that guy. He's got one of my favorite games. But I'll handle this. Just go, please. Feels weird abandoning a friend, but that insistent look in her eyes gives my feet wings as I sprint from the train up the stairs. Am I doing this? Am I seriously doing this? I'm doing this. I'm seriously doing this. The thief isn't exactly a world-class athlete, so catching his trail is easy enough as he dashes through the streets of Chinatown. He still has a head start, but if he makes a few twists and turns, ducks around a corner, escapes my sight. My heart's pounding out of my chest as I desperately wish I had done some actual freaking cardio instead of playing FOD2 endlessly for years. I need to get an edge on this chase or he's going to escape me. Raw speed isn't enough. Can I save here? Perfect. Hey, stop. This is a citizen's arrest. Oh good, that's only making him run faster. But it's clear he's just as lousy at cardio as I am, because the additional burst of speed is making him tire out faster than me. I control my pace, making sure I'm keeping him in sight without trying to catch up. He's going to slow down, and then I've got him. I'm seeing spots as I desperately pump my legs, trying to close the gap between myself and the fleeing game thief. And finally, he makes a mistake. He dashes into a dead-end alley, allowing me to catch up. Nowhere to run now. What? He's too out of breath to even complete a sentence. Now's my chance. With not entirely cat-like reflexes, I dive in, grabbing at the cardboard box he's clinging onto for dear life. Let go, you're going to, and the flimsy cardboard box tears itself apart in our hands, causing the manual and plastic cart to fall to the ground. What have you done? Figuring it's better than nothing, I scooped up the remnants before stepping away. On cue, Grace catches up with us, and oddly, she's not in the least bit out of breath, despite running the same distance we did. Okay, the subway attendant was nice enough to watch my boxes while I caught up to you. Wait, you're...
What?
Norman? You're the one who stole my game? Damn it, you weren't supposed to get a good look at me. You know this piece of shit, Grace? Yes, he's a regular at the game collectors forums I visit. We've traded tips on rare games for auction before. Norman, why? Why would you steal this from me? Because you don't deserve this game. You aren't a real collector. You aren't trying to get a full set. I've been trying to collect for years to get a full NES set. And this is the last piece. Do you even know how much this game is worth? Back up. What are you talking about exactly? Oh, it's Stadium Events. It's an exercise game. Very rare. There's only about 20 legitimate copies left in the world. Normally, Stadium's events cost $30,000 in the open market, but you stuck-up little rich girl, do you have any clue how hard the rest of us have to struggle to afford rare games? People like you just throw down a wad of daddy's money and buy up the last few rares in the world, hoarding them. It's not right. It's not fair. Now your idiot friend destroyed the box. It's lost $10,000 of value thanks to that. I see. Norman, if this game really means that much to you, well, I guess you can keep it. What? What? He loves his collection. He loves his games. He'll get a lot of love out of Stadium Events too. So if he really wants it, I guess he should have it. Grace, he tried to steal it. Don't reward him for bad behavior. Oh, come on. He's a thief. He deserves punishment, not a free game. You can't reward bad behavior, Grace. Don't let people walk all over you. Stand up for what's right. Stand up for justice. It's really not that big of a deal. Really, there's no need to make this more than it is. It's counterfeit anyway. Totally worthless. Yeah, I bought it from a repo crafter for like $5. It's fake. You own a fake Stadium Events? Why do you own a fake Stadium Events? It's a total garbage game aside from its resale value. Aww. Hey, I really like that game. It's great for my daily cardio routine. Fair. She caught up to us immediately. But if you can find the same joy in this game, well, I'd be happy to. He practically hurls the game at us in disgust. Don't want your worthless counterfeit. I'm trying to complete my collection and flip it for enough to buy a Ferrari trademark. This whole thing has been a waste of time. In a cloud of absolute fury, he marches past us, exiting the scene. Huh. Should we go after him or something? Maybe it's for the best. I'm not really interested in pressing charges. I got my game back, and honestly, I don't need any more stress in my life. I am a little disappointed he only wanted... I am a little disappointed to find out he only wanted the game for its resale value, though. I go to the collector's forums because I want to share my love of video games. Knowing some people are only in it for the money, well, it's a pity, you know? So, shall we get my stuff back from the Subway Transit Authority, and then head back down to good, clean fun? Casual? Just swallowing down a massive headache. You know, you've really helped me out through this transition. You were there when I was scared about my family's reaction, and you were here for me tonight.
Thank you so much.
I don't know how I can say thank you enough for all of that. You only met me recently, and yet I feel I can trust you completely. Really looking forward to spending more time with you, if you want that. Happy to help, Grace, and honestly, I'm looking forward to spending more time with you. Assuming you're looking forward to that too. I know I'm kind of sharing your personal space, so feel free to tell me to buzz off anytime.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I mean, please don't get me wrong. It's not because I sometimes bend to social pressure. More that I want you around, you know? I feel safe and comfortable with you. We may have just met recently, but I have a good feeling about what lies ahead for you and I. And I'd love to spend more time getting to know you. It sounds just wonderful. Okay, let's get home. We've got a party to attend.
This is it. The culmination of my efforts. No, of our efforts. Everyone had to pitch in. Jinx giving up her personal space, Grace willing to deal with her family situation, everyone agreeing to uproot their steady day-to-day lives in favor of making Future Forward headquarters a reality. With the last details handled, we gather outside one of the two front doors to our suite of apartments and are ushered in by Jean. Thank you for your patience. I've waited to make sure everything was just right before the big unveiling. Without further ado, welcome to Future Forward headquarters. Also known as my apartment, to be specific. One of two connected apartments. We installed the door so you can pass back and forth without needing to go into the main hallway. Both apartments have a cozy kitchen, spacious bathroom, and 2 bedrooms. According to the room assignments you've requested, in this apartment, Jinx and Grace will share a room, while Keshasaurus will be all by herself. And an even number of bedrooms and an odd number of residents means Keshasaurus gets her own room. What luck! In this apartment, you'll also find Grace's classic gaming library, Jinx's music library. Please consider playing your albums at a lower volume, dear sister. I promise nothing. Moving on. The second apartment is where we've assembled your shiny new FOD2 game. Here you'll also find Rhapsody's streaming rig and a kitchen fully stocked with your favorite snacks. But please eat something other than pizza bagels and nachos. We've installed a stove for a reason. Zapper and Rhapsody will be sharing one of the bedrooms. Assuming I'm not partying all night long, of course. Wonder if we'll ever even use the room. I'll be pulling a lot of all-nighters editing FOD2 strategy videos. And the other bedroom will be occupied by Domino and Loxley. Do we get bunk beds? Bunk beds are awesome. But I'll take the lower bunk. Heights make me nauseated. Alas, they are but singles. But regardless, I swear that we shall bond as roomies and brothers, my good fellow. And that's everything. Rent is due on the 1st of the month sharp. Fortunately, your sponsor is footing the bill. Any questions? Just one.
Aw, yeah.
Who's going to play the very first round of FOD2 in this sweet new pad? Are you calling dibs? Oh heck no, just checking if anybody else was calling dibs. And if not, I think I've got a cool idea. Zapper steps back and nudges both Jinx and Grace to step forward. I say we have a battle for Hygiene Officer of Future Forward Headquarters. That means Jinx and Grace teaming up against Kesha.
What?
Accepted. Great, losing team has to clean our apartments for a week. There are stakes now? Oh dear. It's cool. We're gonna clean headquarters by wiping the floor with Keshasaurus. And I got
Okay.
this. Okay then, we've got this. We'll win, I just know it. Okay, then as my partner, I'll pick. Oh no, you don't get to pick. We need to make this fun. You're gonna use online matchmaking and team up with a rando. What?
Nice.
What's the matter? Don't think you can carry some scrub to victory? Your team cat herder doesn't back down from a fight. You think a little disadvantage scares me? As your resident coach, manager, cat herder, I'm not backing down from any challenge. We gather around the single screen game, plunging the joysticks and keyboards. Plugging in joysticks and keyboards and such. It's more cramped than the spacious 2-screen deluxe version downstairs, but we manage. I let the matchmaker spin its wheels until eventually it settles on. Your partner is named Smurfy Smurf 420, huh? What the? That's my random partner? Silly name, but so what? No, I know the handle. It's not just some rando. That's Hunter's Smurf account. Smurf account. An alternate fake game handle you play under when you want to fight without anyone knowing who you really are. What the hell is Hunter doing playing on that old Smurf account? They're a big-time P2W competitor now. Well, I think it's sweet that you're going to be playing with an old friend. Okay, here we go. Loser scrubs toilets for a week. With chores on the line and my rival for some reason ending up having my back, I line my fingers on the keys and get ready to fight. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's the ultimate versus.
Fight.
At least with this one, I don't really care. You both defend, it's a tie, 40-30. You both attack. Phew. Charging up for a really amazing special move. Ooh. Charging up for a really amazing special move sounds like a plan. Unfortunately, it's a plan Grace has figured out, as I'm interrupted mid-casting and smashed in the face. You both defend. You both attack, it's a tie. Ultimate, okay. Both defend, 70-50. Alright, so we're up by 100 here. Oof, ultimate, okay, that's fine.
You lose.
Oh, we lost! Darn it, we lost in the last turn, that sucks. I accept the loss. Oh my gosh, we won! We really won! Good work, Grace. We make a damn good team. Indeed we do. I know I'm not as serious a competitor as you, but I have to admit, I really felt a rush there, coming out on top. Yep, you both fought hard, huh? Guess my win streak's broken now. You're better than P2W, L7, and now me. I'm happy for you, yeah? Happy. It's great to see. I'm still on a roll. Still headed to the top. One loss doesn't change that, especially the low-stakes loss like this. It's fine. Just glad I can enjoy a game with my friends. That's what I'm looking forward to most now that we're all together, being able to share something we love more so than ever before. Okay, I'm excited. I'm into this. Let's keep going. Keep going! How about a battle between Apartment 109's roomies, Domino and Loxley against Zapper and Rhapsody? Indeed, Domino, we ride into battle as one. Tally ho and all that crap. You know I'm always down. Rhapsody, you ready? You bet. I've got some new techniques. I want to try this out. The team swarming around our new game, everyone eager to have a turn. They'll be playing long into the night, no doubt. I've had my moment in the sun, besides. There's something odd about that battle, which I may want to look into. Just hang out with the team more, I don't care. It's not really any of my business. Besides, basking in the warmth of the housewarming party feels great right now. I don't want to break the flow of good tidings. When my sponsor suggested the idea of building a team house, it felt to me like the next logical step in going from amateur to pro. Get a team together, get sponsored, get a house, fight in tournaments, qualify for the Pro Tour, win the Pro Tour, hoist the trophy, and then immortality. Every single step along the path being a hard granite slab you smash down to into the ground to pave the way to victory. But there's more to this new home than just a stepping stone. It's just like how that fight was about more than just who won or lost. It's about us, making something all of us can share together. Win or lose, champion or failure, we built something today, and I hope it lasts a long, long time. The best days are ahead of us. Oh, God.
Okay, who replaced the desktop wallpaper on my computer with a photo montage of scary clowns? It's not funny.
What happened to my lucky socks? They were right here. I need them. I need my lucky socks.
Someone left the door open, and now Minx is lost in the building. And that someone better find her, or that someone is gonna get an ass whooping.
Loxley, I swear to RNGesus, if you don't stop humming that song under your breath, I'm gonna tear out your throat and feed it to you.
The best days of it are ahead of us. Honest. Is that level 3? Hey, we did it. Cleared level 3, 25 gamer score. Take a look at your scores. Gray seems to be very comfortable around you. Hell yeah. We're good with Zapper. Jinx is not the biggest fan of us. Kind of wish Rhapsody liked us more, but that's alright. Definitely the love, though I'm surprising. I like that you can hide the things. I don't remember if that was a thing you could do in the first one, but I'm picking a surprising amount of bold and like level, whatever the blue is. So there's that. Proving to be gentle, sweet, and compassionate. Also, I've scored 23,000 points. Alright. No, I'm good. Save the game. Alright, that's where we will pick up next time. Maximum Impact Level 4. Next Sunday right here on youtube.com/Shawnosaurus Rex. So please join me for that. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We have 3 achievements for 75 gamer score. And I'm sure we'll get a bunch later on in the game. I think we're in pretty good position with like a couple of people, so I'll be like romance with them. So we'll see how that goes as the story continues each and every Sunday right here on the channel. So be sure, if you haven't, please scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell, do all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I like making content, and I hope you enjoy watching it. We'll be back with Chapter 4 next week, and then July 3rd most likely will be off, and then the last... there will be just a different video up. And then the 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st of July, we will we'll round out this game. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching again. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time on Arcade Spirits, The New Challengers. Good night and farewell.